Hello, everyone. This is James, and on behalf of Grace and myself, I'd like to give you an update on our different holdings in the Bitclub network. I mention often that Grace and I got into Bitcoin back in 2014, and actually, it's Bitclub network that really was our first home, and it has remained our base for our Bitcoins ever since then. This is We actually got two accounts at that time, one for Grace and one for myself. And mine was a little bit more active, so we invested more in it at the time. And what we actually did was there are three mining pools that you can invest in. Mining pools being places where you buy a share, and then you can let those grow over the course of your contract. And the contract at that time was either 600 days or 1,000 days. We bought one of these mining share number ones for Grace back at that time. And at that time, that was October of 2014. So you can see actually that our very, very first shares just recently expired, actually. And just recently expired. And we got another one that one of the first repurchases that will expire in about a little over a month now. And you can see we did nothing and actually just basically left it in there passively, reinvesting and building over the course of quite some time before we ever did anything more with her account. And then, as you can see here from the purchase records, we actually bought her the second mining pool. So this first one is a $500 one. The second one is $1,000. The third one is $2,000. So we bought a second one in July 2016. And we bought a third one earlier this year in March 2017. So she now is considered as a founder in this position. And you can see that these purchases here have been proceeding, rather normally. But I want you to kind of see what's interesting about her account is she's got 4 shares now. Look at a $500 account from a couple of years ago is bigger than these other accounts. And look at the total earnings. And the repurchases. We've had a total, that's just reinvesting. And what's powerful about these reinvestments is that each of these are partial shares in more mining. So this is, and something we like to teach on is you make money on your money, this is profit on your profit. So when you reinvest your profits, you get profit on your profit. And when we originally purchased this, $500, a Bitcoin was about $350. So, it came that way. But she's now got 4 shares, and based on, so I think, let's see, her cost, I think, is the difference between the earnings and the shares, if I'm not mistaken, how that works. Paid, repurchase, and then total. So, and these are the repurchasing totals. So you can see this is, because we've just done a lot of repurchasing. You can see just how much she's earned from, this is from $500, 3.3 Bitcoin in repurchasing that has now grown it into from $500 up to total earnings of 3.407 Bitcoin, which at say $2,500, that's $9,000 from $500, guys, in October 2014. So now just look. This just reinvested and reinvested and reinvested. Look at, yeah, just goes on and on and on and on and on. Because it's gone. These ones go for a full 1,000 days. Look at And this is just money compounding on itself. This is cha-ching, 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 hundreds of times. And these are the most recent ones. Like, this is yesterday, June 14th. This is June 15th as I'm doing this. So another 0.261. Well, it's a small amount, but it's reinvested back in, and then it becomes another 1,000-day contract, right? There's a 10-day waiting period before they earn, basically. That's how this works, because these amounts always get invested into new mining contracts every 10 days. That's basically how it works. You can see after the initial 10 days, you earn daily and you start to accumulate partial shares. There's a 10-day wait period when you get started. So every one of these is a total of 1,010 days. And look at the one from, it's going to be pretty close to a year ago now. So let's take a look. It doesn't have quite the track record, but you could see what's happened in a year. Early July, so we're June the 15th now. What's this one? We put in $1,000, and total earnings, $1,000 at that time, was maybe about a Bitcoin, I guess, maybe at that time, maybe a little bit less. And now, we've, let's see, total earnings. Yeah, so this looks like basically half a Bitcoin through repurchasing, and it continues to just build and build and build with doing nothing. So that's a, well, I think it's 1.57, so that has to be almost exactly what the amount of the return is. It looks like it was about exactly a Bitcoin. And then let's take a look just from March. So this is April, May, June. This is a little over 3 months. And this was a $2,000 investment. Of course, when you buy one share, we paid $2,000, and what did that give us? That gave us one share. So the purchase price of each of these is dramatically different. So that's what makes it maybe not a good example. But having said that, it was 1 Bitcoin, and we got a quarter of a Bitcoin in earnings in 3 months. So that's pretty darn good. That's a nice return for 3 months. So I just wanted to show you, mining pool earnings looks like all together. So we've earned out of here just a completely passive account. Total repurchases, so the total earnings 4.23, and this is from putting in $3,500. But as you can see, it was $500 3 years ago, $1,000 a year ago, and $2,000 3 months ago. So the earnings there are a little bit different. Now I'm going to do a comparison of a different account, and I'll show you what the power of putting your money all in would be. But bear in mind these figures. And if you're even just thinking about passive, this Bitclub network is a great place to be involved. So with that said, I'll say thank you on behalf of Grace and myself, and talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.